All right. Philip here from Toon Tactics TV. I'm giving you my Toon transfer talk. And today we're going to focus on Mr. Éderson, who all of you would have noticed has been hitting the headlines. Scout Steve Nixon has been seen at Atalanta games, has been seen and watching the young Brazilian, the 24-year-old Brazilian, and news about him has hit all over the headlines. Excuse me. Sky Sports has been reporting it. Global Sport from Brazil has been reporting it, and we're going to report it. So, who is Éderson and what is he all about? Now, I've got to have a couple screens showing here today. I've put this is obviously on SofaScore, giving you a little bit of detail about Éderson. But I'm going to give you guys a quick background, courtesy of the Chronicle. There's other really good sources, other good scouting reports as well, but they're a little bit, just a little bit behind in terms of the dating. So I'm gonna courtesy again of the Chronicle now. As I said, a 24-year-old midfielder started his professional career in Brazil with Desportivo, Brazil, before going down to Cruzeiro 2019. He would go on to remain at his homeland with the Corinthians before going to Fortaleza. Now, I think it's at Fortaleza where he really impressed with his ball control, with his tenacity, with his strength, and he actually helped bring the club, had to keep the club, up the table, and that's what earned him his move to from Italian club Salernitana. That's what earned his move to the Italian club Salernitana. Éderson in January that year, before a reported fee of 6.5 million. That's what earned his first move to Italy, where he would make 15 appearances for the club in Serie A. Now, going a little bit more forward again, Éderson was obviously, he then made a switch to now Atalanta, where he's now just been for 18 months. And this is where the interesting part is in terms of where he plays. Obviously, he's been said that Éderson operates in several positions in midfield, having been deployed as a number 6 and as a number 10 alone. He's been a regular starter for Atalanta, and it's really interesting in terms of if you see how he plays, how he's able to actually move, as you can see on the heat map as well here. He moves all across the field. His dribbling skills, his press resistance is very important. It's very good, and as well as his technical ability. Now, one thing that's important to know about Atalanta's playing style is that it's very much counter-attacking football, and so Éderson has been used a lot. But because of Éderson's ability to in his ball interceptions and his athleticism to get the ball back and to carry the ball forward, he's also been not only used obviously in the final third to protect the back four at times, but also to bring the play up into the final third of the midfield. He wouldn't spend a lot of time in the box, but he would be the man who would often lay the ball off to the playmakers or to the attackers himself. Having said that, he's actually scored 5 goals this season as well, so it lets you know how good he is. He mainly operates, so when he gets to the final third especially, he mainly operates on the left-hand side of the midfield. So think of Joe Willock and Joe Linton. His preferred foot is the right foot, as you guys can see. Now, as you guys can see on SofaScore, and I'm going to make this is if you're just going a little bit lower here, as the preferred foot is right. He's a DM. He's a centre midfielder. You know, number 6, number 8, number 10, and this is what Newcastle have been doing. We've been buying CMs, centre midfielders, guys that can play in midfielders that can play in different roles and positions across the midfield. Tonali is a great example of that. Obviously, Bruno Guimaraes, 6, 8, possibly even a 10 for him. Joe Linton has become a hybrid, but he's more or less, I think, and how see him as a left midfield forward, but he can play left midfield, as we can know, and also in the defensive midfield as well. Éderson's technical ability and ability to carry the ball, though, and his athleticism, and as you guys will see, he's also he's running back, but he's got relatively good speed, is what helps him to is what is often the reason why Atalanta play him as a number 6. And as you guys can see on the heat map, he is all over the pitch. A lot of concentration in the back third of the pitch, where you can see that he's collecting the ball a lot, driving the ball a lot, mainly on that left side of the midfield, but he's not shy to go on the right side of the hand of the midfield as well. It's a really kind of a show of just how Atalanta play as well. And it gets you thinking about just exactly how he'll probably be if Eddie Howe and Steve Nixon are thinking how he'll be used. If you can imagine next to Tonali, next to Bruno Gomes, you can imagine a very mobile midfield, very formidable midfield, very strong midfield, very physical midfield, a lot of control as well. And one thing that our midfield lacks at times, and I know even especially if we're missing Tonali, especially if we're missing Bruno, is that control, is that ability to get on the ball and to dominate. And I think Éderson will provide that. Now, how good is Éderson compared to our players? Obviously, Ederson's been kind of touted as either a replacement or a backup to our very own Bruno Gomes. So let's just see how he compares to Bruno Gomes. I don't think that. Let me just get him up. I'm hopeful that he'll play alongside Bruno, or will be to rotate. So as you can see, obviously Bruno. This is obviously of January 2024. I'm going to back it up a bit because the ratings here include January 2024, which there's not been a long time. So I'm going to put it back to January 2023. And now you can see there's the kind of a wider gap in terms of attack, creativity, defense, technique, tackling between him and Bruno. Now you think, why are we getting this guy? But you have to remember, again, Atalanta is very, very different to Newcastle United. And I did look at Bruno's stats when he first came, for instance, and they reduced slightly. But as Newcastle get better, become more front foot playing team, and these stats become a lot more continue to also to improve for Bruno as well. So I wouldn't look at this and say, right, he's a downgrade. I would say, imagine him playing for Newcastle United and especially around the defensive, tackling, and technique, all those, and the attacking part. You see at least a 10 to 15% increase in that. So I think he'd be an exceptional backup or rotational player with a Bruno Gomes. I see him also backing up on the left midfield side as well, with whether backing up or competing against Joe Willock, Joe Linton, and others. He'll be an exceptional addition. Obviously, Brazilian. We'll be playing with our Brazilian guys who help him settle in. Now, I'm going to show you guys some clips, a few clips as I can. I hope I don't get copywritten. It's my first time doing it this way. Probably show you about 30 seconds of Mr. Éderson and kind of highlight a few things before we come off. So, as you guys can see here, it's a bit bumpy. All right, so it's a bit slow. Let me see if I can refresh screen and get it a little bit faster. Yeah, get the commercials off. I wanted to show. So yeah, he's got great scoring ability. You see him here picking up the ball in front of his own goal, turning around, back to goal, press resistance. Again, you see him on the left side of the pitch there, picking it up, and then here again picking it up again, tackling, driving through. This is an Eddie Howe player all over, and his goal scoring ability. And with the long passing as well. He will be an exceptional addition to the Newcastle team, whether we'll get him or not. Man United are also supposed to be touted for him as well. Apparently, Atalanta are looking for no less than 35 million euros for him. I will definitely give the thumbs up for the deal. But let me know what you guys think. Share your views. Let me know what you guys think. It'd be good to hear from you. Until then, take care. God bless.